introduction of our for each wherever we start talking. But you guys, I'm so excited to be doing the Zoom. Like I said, it's been a crazy 2 weeks and I have not been on Zoom. But I feel like we're kind of starting to get back in the groove of things. And I'm just super excited because we had an insane April, like so much growth, so much momentum. And I know that May is just going to be 10 times better. Like I'm so excited about May and I know what's coming from corporate tomorrow morning. So if you are not already planning on being on the May month game plan, Zoom, whatever they want to call it, please plan to be on it because there's so much goodness being announced tomorrow and I am so freaking excited. But I just know that May is going to be insane and there's gonna be a ton of promotions, ton of money made. And we just wanted to talk about like figuring out your goals, how to be consistent, and then talk about like being committed to your business versus just like being interested in it, you know? So for those of you that are new, that are watching this, you don't know who I am. My name is Courtney. I am a double diamond. I have been with the business for over 7 years now, which is crazy. I started when I was 21. I was drowning in credit card debt, and I just needed something to help me pay the minimum payments of my credit cards because I was having to choose which cards weren't going to get paid each month. So if I paid my Chase in April, my Chase wasn't getting paid in May. So I just had to needed a little bit extra. And it ended up doing so much more than I ever thought. I'm still here 7 years later. This has paid all of my family's bills for, oh gosh, almost 5 years now. And it's just crazy the things that we've been able to do because of this business. So Ashlyn, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, so hey guys, I'm Ashton. I am Emerald. I've been in the business for a long time, but this is actually, I started over recently this year. But 3 years ago, when I started this business, I jumped in because my husband was working 60 plus hours a week in the oil field. I was a stay-at-home mom raising 2 toddlers under the age of 2, and getting a full-time job just to pay for someone else to raise my kids just didn't fit right with me. So I jumped into this business, saw the vision very quickly, and just ran with it. Within 4 months, I was able to triple my husband's oil field income. He got laid off 3 months in, and we've been a full-time family ever since. And I'm honestly just so thankful that I took a leap of faith and started a crazy business like this because so many people are so skeptical and they think that, things like this don't work. But I'm here to tell you that they work if you believe they work, and if you work. If you don't work, you're not going to reap the benefits of what this business can offer. So, there's any tips I can give is just to keep an open mind and be excited all the time because your time will come, even if it's not now and you feel super down. It will come whenever it is the right time for you. So,
Yeah, for sure. Lindsay, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes. So hi, you guys. My name is Lindsay Winkler, and I am a presidential diamond with the company. And next month, it will be 10 years that I've been a part of It Works, which every time I say it sounds totally insane because when I started, I did not expect that. Like I literally thought I was going to give it a try. I was like, oh, I'm going to give it 3 months. I'm going to see what happens, but and then I'll just go back to work. I had no expectations. My goal was to make just a couple extra $100. I was an RN prior to this business. My husband was in the military and we had a brand new baby. And I just really wanted to stay at home with our baby. The thought of sending him to daycare or a babysitter, it literally made me sick to my stomach. And I just thought, okay, I'm seeing people that I went to nursing school with doing this business. If they can do it, so can I. Even though in the back of my head, I really didn't know that I could because I'm super shy. I'm awkward. I don't like the spotlight to be on me. But I thought like, I want to be home with my kid. And that was like a huge motivation. So I did it. I gave it 100%. And at the end of that 3 months, I was a Ruby and I was like, you know what? I see the potential in this and the rest is history. And here I am. Almost 10 years later, my husband has been able to start his own lawn care business. We have a total of 3 kids now. We have our dream home. And now I get to be with my kids as much as I can. They're in school now, but I get to be the yes mom. I get to say I'll be at the field trips, the class parties. I'll pick them up from school. When the nurse calls and says that they're sick, I get to be the one that's there for them. So, it sounds silly, but this business has completely changed my life, and I'm so thankful. And I'm so excited for you all that are a part of this too, because you don't even know what is about to come your way.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, I wish I could just tell everyone everything of what's coming tomorrow, because this next month is gonna be insane and I'm so excited. But Lindsay, do you want to talk a little bit about like figuring out what your goal is for May and making sure that like you have a goal and how to figure out what your goal should be?
Yeah, you guys, I know it sounds silly because when I started this business, I didn't really have the mind for setting goals and planning things. That wasn't something I grew up doing. Like our family, that wasn't something we talked about. And so when I used to hear people talk about it, I thought, okay, this is so cheesy. Like, oh, I'm going to set some goals. Like, okay, whatever. But you guys, like, even if it is cheesy, whatever, just flipping do it, because it is crazy how much more successful you will be if you set goals. And it doesn't have to be something crazy, just think about like for you right now, for going into May, like it's a fresh start, a new month. You get to forget about everything that's happened. Maybe you didn't do things the way you wanted to. What do you want to accomplish? Even if it's like a dollar amount, like how much money would you love to make that you could say, what, if I could just make an extra blank in May, that would be huge. If I could just make a couple extra blank, that would help us so much. So just think about that. Like, what would that number be for you? Or, maybe you want to complete your 4-in-1, or you want to help, 5 people use the products, whatever it is, really think about what you want to accomplish and write that down. And you want to put it somewhere that you're going to look at it every single day. Something that we used to do, and I probably should get back to doing this, is, we'd write down those goals and I would like stick them on the mirror in my bathroom, because it was somewhere that I would see it every single day, or put it on the refrigerator. But you guys, like having a goal, it like lets like remind you every day, like what you're focused on, like what you're trying to accomplish, because it's so easy to say, oh, I want to like make $200, and then you just go about your day. And it kind of like is very fluid, like in and out of your mind. Or, oh, I just want to like, I don't know, I just want to be successful. Well, you have to know what that success means to you, because it's going to be different to everyone. So you have to be very specific, and it's okay to be personalized to you and whatever your goal is. Like your goal might be an extra $100. Someone else's could be $500, and that's okay. It doesn't make your goal any less important, but it's yours and it's something that you want to achieve. So make sure that you know what that's going to be, and make sure that you write it down.
Yeah, you guys, having a goal is huge because it helps you know, like, are you on track? Are you going, like, if you're just kind of driving willy-nilly, you're never going to know if you actually get there, right? But you have to have a goal of knowing where you want to go. So like you can see in Ashton's picture, and I do the same thing. She has Post-it notes of orders towards a goal she has. So I put Post-it notes up on my wall of how many customers and distributors that I want every month, so that I know if I'm making progress and what I still need. Okay. So don't also though, when you're making your goal, don't base your goal off of last month. If you had a bad month, like if you had a like slow April and you're like, man, I didn't get the customers I wanted, or distributors, or I just like wasn't consistent. Don't base your goal off of that, because you can still do whatever you want to do in May. Just because April was bad, or just because April was slow, whatever, May can be 100 times better. Okay. So, Ashton, do you want to talk about the power of like consistency with the business?
Yes, guys. So I'm so excited to talk about this, because I was just sitting here thinking and brainstorming of, what we can talk about, like the nitty gritty of the business and the mindset that you have to have whenever you join a business like this. And I have a question for you. That's why I asked in the chat the other day, like, are you committed to your business in May? Because I'm not sure if you guys know, but there is a huge difference in being committed to something and being interested in something. Okay. Think of it as marriage. Whenever you are interested in something or someone, you're dating them, you're seeing, okay, maybe they have flaws, whatever, pros and cons. But when you're married, you are committed to that person. And it's the same thing whenever it comes to your business. Like, are you, kind of sitting on the fence, like thinking, okay, well, like this is a pro, this is a con. Like, I kind of get it, kind of want it to work. Not really sure. Don't want to give it my all. We'll see, whatever. That's being interested. But when you're committed to your business, You're doing your checklist every single day. You're following up with your upline, following up with your team members. You know, you're getting on Zooms and plugging in. You're doing all of the things. And I actually got like a bunch of quotes that I found on Google because I like planned for this. But the definition of commitment or committed is feeling dedicated to something. And the definition of interested is showing curiosity. So are you dedicated to your business for May or so on? However, I know all of us have goals. Lindsay and Courtney just talked about goals, but like to reach those goals, you can't just be interested. Okay. These goals could be anywhere from something so small to something large. And, you know, like me, I have a huge goal I'm going for. If I'm just interested in that goal, it's not going to happen. But if I'm committed and I'm doing everything that I can, it's going to happen. So, I want you guys to think about that because it like fired me up when I was planning it, what I was going to say and how I was going to explain this. So I'm like sweating right now. But another thing is commitment is an act, not just a word. Okay. So you can say, I'm committed. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm 100% committed. But like your actions speak louder than words. So, you know, Courtney, Lindsay, myself, we can see who is actually showing the definition of commitment in your business and in your work ethic throughout this next month. And then another thing is once you have commitment, you need the discipline and the hard work. So that goes back to, you know, making that commitment, but also putting the work behind that commitment and making things happen. Because, you know, I can say all day, like, I'm going diamond, but like not do anything to show that or to get closer to that goal. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to sit there on the 31st of May and it's not going to show up in my e-suite. And then I'm going to be super upset because I didn't stick to my word and show the action of being committed. And then the last thing is one person with a commitment accomplishes more than 1,000 people with an option. So for this next month and the rest of the year, is this an option for you? Is this business an option? Like, do you need this business? I know all of us started this business because we have a why. And if you've been in the business for a minute, or maybe you haven't, maybe you're brand new, but your why is so huge when it comes to this business. You know, like I started because I was a stay-at-home mom. We were struggling. We needed money. And my family is my why. I do this for my kids. I want them to have the freedom and the life that I never got to have growing up. And so to me, this business is a commitment. This is a job. This is a full-time job that I am committed to. It's the same thing as if I was to go clock into a 9-to-5. But this isn't an option for me. Like it's either this business or bust. Like bust being go clock into a job. And you know, there is some of you who are still clocking into a full-time job, and I'm so proud of you for doing that and, you know, seeking that there's other options to possibly get you out of the life that you're in. And, you know, I've talked to some of you and some of you are just so miserable with that life and you want to change the trajectory. And that's what we're here for. We're here to, one, help you learn, help you be committed and keep you accountable for those things because you know, God cannot bless the steps that you're not willing to take. So if you're not willing to be committed, show the action, do the things every single day, and take this being an option off the table and make it a strict commitment, then your dreams and your goals are not going to come true. You're 5 years from now, you're going to be in the same spot you are right now. And, you know, people don't join this business because they need money. And there's so many newbies on here tonight that, you know, I've talked to a lot of you about, you know, needing this business and what your goals are and what your financial goals are and just where you are in life. But are you willing to be committed now so that you can have the freedom and the life that you want to live later? So think about that. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you guys, this business can change everything for you. And I had so many people that messaged me because I had Ethan not even 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago tomorrow. And some people were like, oh my God, you're still working. Oh my God, you're still doing stuff. And I'm giving myself grace and I don't do as much as I used to do every single day because I'm learning how to be a mom of two. And Ethan was in the NICU and a ton of stuff is going on and he's not sleeping great. but I am so committed to this business and to our team that I know that I still need to show up for you guys. And because of this business, because I've been committed, and because I was super committed the first half of this month, we've had our best month that we've had in over a year as a team. And I've had my best month that I've had personally in way over a year. Like, because that I chose to be committed to you guys and to myself and to my goals and our goals as a team, I was able to be in the NICU more than any other mom was able to be. And I don't say that to brag, to be like, oh, I'm a better mom than them, but this business has given me so many options. And I just want you to know that if you're brand new or you've been in for a little bit, you can have that too. Okay. But it starts with you deciding, what do you want to do in May? What do you want your May to look like? Are you happy with how April was? Or are you like, man, I could have done more, right? Or are you brand new and you're like, I don't even know what I want to do. What I challenge you to do is I want you to figure out, first off, how much money you want to make. How much would, like, if you brought in, would you be like, oh my gosh, that helped so much? How much money would that be? Is that $100? Is that $500? Figure out what it is. And then I want you to figure out how much time you truly have in a day to work this business. And I'm not saying all at once, but like total. So if you have 30 minutes in the morning, whatever, right? Total. And I want you to reach out to your upline, whether that's Lindsay or Ashton or me or whoever, and say like, hey, here's how much I want to make. Here's how much time I have. What should I be doing every single day? And then commit to those steps. So many people ask me, I've signed, I don't even know, like 28 customers and 4 distributors this month. And people said like, oh, how did you do that? I just did my same task list every single day, but I did it every single day. Okay. I didn't show up Monday and then not Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then show up again Friday. Like, I was committed to it and I figured out the time. When I was still working full time, I woke up early and I went to bed late to get stuff done because I was committed to my goals and to what I wanted to come from this business, you guys. So I just challenge you to look at that and ask yourself, like, how much money do I want to make? And am I committed to doing the things to get that? Or are you going to be at the end of May and be like, shoot, I wish I would have done more? Because I promise you what's coming tomorrow, you want to be committed and you are going to want to do all of the things because there's a ton of money on the table for you here. You just have to decide that you're going to be the one to go get it. Okay. So is there anything else, Ashton or Lindsay, that you want to add before we close out for the night? No.
I mean, I could talk forever. I really think, you guys, it's just so important to, even as Courtney was talking and, she was talking about money, how much money you want to make. Maybe for some of you, that's not why you joined, or maybe you wanted to join because you wanted to pay for your products. So even when you're thinking about money, you don't have to be like, I don't even know, like, I just want to have fun or whatever. Like, that's okay. But like, just know the reason, and just know that whatever reason you have is just as important as someone who does want to stay at home full time. Know that you don't have to do that. Like, I know there's some people that they love what they do and they're not, necessarily looking to replace an income. And I just want you guys to know that no matter what your goals are, they're important. And nobody else has, goals top anyone else's. And, you all deserve to have the success, whatever that means for you. And Courtney was talking a lot about, showing up. And when Ashton was talking about, your commitment and things like that. And, I can think of so many times throughout this business that I didn't want to do the stuff. Like, I was like, I literally don't want to flipping talk to another person today. Like, I'm having a really bad day and I don't want to be like, rah, rah, shish, boom, bah, like life is great. But you know what? I knew at the end of the day, like, I was going to be happy that I showed up. And I can tell you time after time again, you guys, when I don't want to send those messages, when I don't want to make those posts, but then I do, and I have people responding to me, I'm like, heck flipping yes, like, this is why I wanted to do this. And it totally turns things around, because it's so easy to even be, when this business is, we're in this business and maybe you are talking to people, you're not, maybe there's a lack of, and people aren't responding. You feel like, oh, like nobody's even answering. Why would I want to send another message? And it's because you guys, those next messages you send are the messages that could change everything for you. And those could be the people that are coming in and saying yes. And I was looking as we were talking at my list of my customers that I've signed this month. And I'm like, not a single one of these people have been a potential of mine for months and months and months. Like, they came out of nowhere and ordered. And it just reminds me that we never know, like in this morning, you know, we have a huge goal. We were working on 500 in volume. We're down to like 200 now. And when I think about all the people that ordered today, these weren't people that I was expecting to order. And I could have totally, with the girls on my team pushing for this goal, been like, you guys, 500, that's a lot. Like, I don't know that we can do this. But I didn't. And I laid on my couch this morning with my kids being like flipping annoying and sent the messages and had the conversations. And to me, like, that's commitment, you guys. Like, I'm like, we're hitting this goal. Like, no questions asked. Like, it's happening. Like, I made that decision. And like, I just like for you guys, like, whatever your goal is, like, decide that and then make the decision to like not take no for an answer. Like, failure's not an option. And that's what I'm like telling one of my girls today. Like, failure is not an option. Like, we're going to make this happen. And I told myself, like, it's all going to come together the way it's supposed to. And it is. So I'm going to quit talking and quit rattling, but I'm just like so dang excited. I'm so excited for you all. I'm so excited for what's coming, not just this month, but also the things in the months to come, because everything is like building on the next thing, or, you know, the thing before it. And it's going to be so insane. And I'm just like so excited for you guys to get to be a part of this.
Yeah, these next couple months are going to be insane. And there's going to be so much money made and so many lives changed. And I'm just so excited for every single person on here to see what this business truly can do for you. And I, like Lindsay said, everyone's goal is different. And as long as you're committed to your goal, that's all that matters. But just know that like your goal has to match your work ethic. Okay. So you can't say, hey, my goal is to go Emerald in May. Okay. And I want to go Emerald and I want to make $1,000 a month. Right. But I want to put in 5 minutes a day. Well, that doesn't add up. Okay. So like you have to know what your goals are and if your work ethic matches that. So just know that it's the same thing. Like you couldn't go to your boss at your full-time job and say, hey, I want to make double the amount of money that I'm making right now, but I want to work half the hours. They're going to be like, doesn't work that way, right? Like that's not how it works. So like if you want the money that you want, you have to work for it. And so just if you don't know if your work ethic is matching your goals, message one of us and say like, hey, be straight up with me. Here's my goal. Is my effort matching this? And we'll tell you, right? And then be open to whatever we say, but just know that like whatever your goals are, they're not too big. Lindsay, Ashton, and I all have done insane things in a matter of a month. People have gone from a brand new distributor to Diamond within 1 month. Nothing is impossible. You just have to decide that you're going to go for it. So I hope that this Zoom was helpful. I hope it hyped you up. I hope you're excited for what is coming tomorrow. I'm going to put this up on YouTube tonight. Ashton, is there anything you want to say to close us out real quick? Or no?
No, not really. I really want to know, like when I asked the other day, like there were so many people saying that they were committed, and like I truly want to see people stick to their word. So, you know, I'm not your boss. I can't boss you around. I can't tell you what to do, but I hope from all of the stories that I've talked to each and every one of you guys about what your goals are and where you want to be and where you're at right now, and you know, you're tired of being there. I hope that you see the significant, I just lost my words. I hope you see the significance of being committed to your business right now in this season of wherever you are in life, because, you know, it's kind of, okay, we're going to try to picture something. So it's kind of like you're in a hole and the hole keeps going down. I don't know if I'm going anywhere, but follow me. And you're trying to dig yourself out of that hole. If you're not committed to something or you're not doing anything to try to get yourself out of that hole, you're just going to keep going down, if that makes sense. Anyways, whatever. Think of it as a mountain, maybe. I don't know. But I'm excited. I love this Zoom so much, and that didn't even make sense. So maybe we'll just scrap that out. But
no, it totally
it
totally did make sense, you guys, because it's like you have to keep going. You have to put that effort in to get yourself out of the hole, whatever that means to you. And you guys, also, I just want to throw this little challenge out for my team. We doubled our team enrollments going from March to April. We had twice the amount of new customers / distributors. And I want to see if we could double it again. in May. Because if all of y'all are committed, like you said in our team chat, we can have a heck of a lot of enrollments in May. And I just think it'd be really cool. Maybe I'll do like a cash giveaway if we actually double it. But I just think it'd be really fun if we doubled it 2 months in a row. So I want to throw that challenge out there. But I hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope you had a good weekend. Be really excited for tomorrow. I will share the link in our team chat when I get it. And I will put this up on our YouTube tonight. So bye guys.
Oh, also, don't forget that the corporate call is at 9 p.m. Central Time tonight
Yes.
on the Road to VIP page.